The heavy thud on Donald Trump's front door shattered the quiet night. Melania froze in the hallway, her robe clutched tight. Secret Service agents moved quickly, their voices sharp but low. "Sir, we have an urgent situation. You need to see this. Now." Trump stepped into the study, the faint scent of cigar smoke from earlier lingering in the air. On the desk lay a sealed envelope stamped with the bold letters FBI evidence, confidential. Inside, a single photo. Grainy, black and white. A meeting he didn't remember. A shadowy figure across from him. "Nancy Pelosi released this an hour ago," the agent said, his tone tense. "She claims the FBI has files linking you to something serious." Trump's heart thudded, not from guilt, but from the sudden realization someone was setting him up, and the public wouldn't wait for the truth. Through the window, flashing cameras swarmed at the gates. He turned to the agent. "Find out who's behind this, and fast." From the corner of the room, an aide whispered, voice trembling, "Sir, there's something else you should see." The aide slid over a laptop. The headline burned into Trump's eyes. "Missing FBI agent found dead." The laptop screen flickered, then a shaky video filled the room. A man, face pale and eyes darting, spoke directly to the camera. "If you're watching this, it means I'm gone, and they'll blame him, Donald Trump, but he's not the one." Trump leaned forward, his hands gripping the desk. The voice was familiar. Special Agent Daniel Harris, an FBI veteran who had once quietly passed Trump key warnings about security threats. In the background of the video, faint sounds echoed, a ticking clock, and then the slam of a heavy door. Melania's hand touched Trump's shoulder. "Don, what does this mean?" "It means," Trump said quietly, "someone inside the FBI knows the truth, and now they're silenced." The aide swallowed hard. "Sir, the file Pelosi released, it's only one page. There are more, locked somewhere, and if we don't find them, the story will destroy you before the truth comes out." Outside, a chant began to rise, voices in the crowd shouting mixed with the faint smell of smoke from lit torches. Then, from the video, Harris's last words froze everyone in the room. "They're coming for you tonight." The agents moved Trump and his family to the panic room beneath the house. Concrete walls, heavy steel door, the hum of filtered air. But Trump couldn't sit still. "If Harris risked his life for me, I'm not hiding. We find those files, tonight." The lead agent hesitated. "Sir, with respect, it's not safe." Trump's eyes hardened. "Neither is letting them write my story for me." Suddenly, a security monitor blinked to life. A tall figure stood in the driveway, face hidden under a hood, motionless in the glow of the streetlight. One agent zoomed the camera. The stranger was holding a small metal case, scratched and dented. Melania's voice shook. "Don, do you think—" The hooded figure lifted the case and set it gently on the ground. Then, without warning, they turned and disappeared into the darkness. The agent looked at Trump. It could be a trap. Trump stepped toward the door. Or it could be Harris's last gift. As the steel door unlocked, a faint sound reached them from above. Tires screeching, and a woman's voice screaming Trump's name. The night air was sharp and cold as Trump stepped out. The Secret Service fanned out, scanning every shadow. The metal case sat in the driveway, lit by the trembling glow of a single street lamp. Trump's breath frosted as he bent down, fingertips brushing its icy surface. "Clear," an agent called, but his voice held no comfort. Trump flicked the latch. The hinges groaned. Inside, files, photographs, and a single flash drive taped to the lid. One photo stopped him cold. Harris, smiling. And next to him, a man Trump recognized instantly, someone from his own inner circle. Before he could speak, a loud pop echoed from down the street. An agent shouted, "Sniper!" and shoved Trump to the ground. In the chaos, Trump clutched the case to his chest. A faint smell of burning metal filled the air. One bullet had struck the latch. Back inside, Trump stared at the flash drive. Its label read only, "Watch before dawn." An agent whispered, Sir, dawn is less than 5 hours away. The study was dim, curtains drawn tight. The flash drive slid into a secure laptop and the screen lit up. Static, then a video. Harris again, but this time his face was bruised, his voice hoarse. Don, if you're seeing this, I've been taken. The files prove everything. But there's a traitor close to you, closer than you think. Trump's pulse quickened. Every frame felt heavier. Harris's eyes darted to something off camera. They'll use Pelosi to push the story, but she doesn't know the truth either. This goes higher, beyond her. A sudden crash upstairs rattled the ceiling. Agents drew weapons. Trump paused the video. Secure the floor. In the tense silence, Harris's last words before the cut replayed in Trump's mind. Trust no one in your room. Moments later, an agent returned, face pale. Sir, the upstairs phone line was active. Someone inside just made a call. Trump's eyes narrowed. Trace it. But before they could, the laptop screen flickered. Someone was remotely deleting the video. Trump yanked the drive out. They're in the system already. The trace came back fast. The call was made from the guest room, occupied by one of Trump's oldest political allies, Senator Mark Rivers. Rivers had arrived hours earlier, claiming he came to offer support after Pelosi's release. Agents rushed upstairs, but the room was empty. Window open, curtains swaying in the night wind. A faint smell of cologne lingered, mixed with the metallic tang of cold air. Trump stood in the doorway, eyes scanning the untouched bed. He was listening the whole time. On the windowsill sat a folded note. Trump unfolded it slowly. You're chasing the wrong enemy. Don't trust the files. The handwriting was Rivers's. Trump's mind spun. Was Rivers warning him or playing him? From the hallway, the lead agent's voice broke through. Sir, we've got movement on the perimeter. 3 vehicles approaching fast. Headlights cut through the darkness outside. Trump clenched the case tighter. Lock down the house and bring me every name Harris mentioned. As the first vehicle stopped, doors slammed. Heavy boots hit the ground. The front doorbell rang. No one moved. The bell rang again, longer this time. The chime echoed through the silent house, each ring sharper than the last. An agent glanced at Trump. Sir, we can hold position or answer it. Your call. Trump nodded. Open it, slowly. The door swung wide. 3 figures stood outside, faces half hidden under rain-soaked hoods. The leader stepped forward and pulled back her hood. It was Harris's younger sister, Claire. Her eyes were red, and in her hands she held a sealed evidence bag. Inside, Harris's FBI badge cracked in 2. Mr. Trump, she said, voice trembling, my brother trusted you. He told me, if anything happened, bring this to you. Trump motioned her inside. The bag felt heavy in his palm, though it couldn't have weighed more than a few ounces. Claire's voice cracked. He said the real enemy isn't who you think. He said, you'd understand when you saw this. She handed over a small folded paper, edges worn. Trump unfolded it and froze. It wasn't a document. It was a photograph. Harris, Claire, and a man Trump had met only once before in the Oval Office, the current FBI director. Trump stared at the photo, the memory coming back in fragments, an awkward handshake, a fleeting smile, and eyes that seemed to measure every word he spoke. The lead agent stepped closer. Sir, if Harris was working against the director, that means the Bureau's top floor could be compromised. Claire's hands shook as she reached for the badge bag. Dan said the director had a private server. He called it the vault. That's where the real files are. About you, about others. But he said once the wrong people get them, truth won't matter. Trump's jaw tightened. Then we get them before anyone else does. Suddenly, a deafening crash exploded from the side of the house. Shattered glass, boots pounding on tile. Breach! East wing! An agent yelled. Trump pulled Claire behind him as armed figures in black masks swept through the hallway. Gunfire erupted, short bursts echoing through the marble walls. In the chaos, one intruder broke away, heading straight for Trump's study. Trump knew instantly they were after the case. The intruder lunged for the desk. Trump charged forward, grabbing the man's arm. They struggled, the scent of sweat and gunpowder thick in the air. A shot rang out. Wood splintered inches from Trump's head. An agent tackled the intruder, but not before the case was yanked from Trump's hands. The man sprinted toward the broken window. "Stop him!" Trump shouted, but it was too late. The figure dove through the glass into the rain-slicked night. Claire clutched her brother's badge to her chest, tears streaming. "Mr. Trump, if they open that case—" "They won't," Trump said, though his voice carried the weight of doubt. An agent burst into the room, blood trickling down his forehead. "Sir, the vehicle's outside. They weren't backup. They were with him." "Who?" Trump demanded. The agent hesitated. "Senator Rivers. He's leading them." Trump's eyes darkened. The note Rivers left, "You're chasing the wrong enemy," echoed in his mind. Was Rivers betraying him? Or trying to save him from something worse? Outside, tires screeched, and the sound of an approaching helicopter filled the air. The thump of rotor blades grew louder, rattling the windows. An agent peered through the blinds. "Black Hawk, no markings." Trump's voice was calm but firm. "Get Claire to the safe room." She grabbed his sleeve. "No, I'm staying. My brother died for this, and I'm not running." The helicopter hovered above the lawn. A rope dropped, and 3 more masked figures descended. Trump's lead agent leaned in. "Sir, they're here for extraction, or elimination. We don't know which." Trump's mind raced. If they took Rivers's men, he might lose the trail forever. If they stayed, the house could become a kill zone. Suddenly, a voice crackled over a portable radio left on the intruder's belt. "Secure the package. Bring it to Site 4. The director wants him alive. For now." The him wasn't Trump. It was Rivers. Trump's chest tightened. Rivers wasn't betraying him. He was being hunted too. And that meant only one thing. They were both in the director's crosshairs. Before Trump could act, a phone rang on the desk. A landline that hadn't worked in years. Agents froze. Trump picked it up. "This is Trump." The voice was low, shaking. "Mr. President, it's Mark Rivers." The line crackled with wind and rotor noise. "They're using me to get to you. I tried to warn you, but the house was already wired. The files Harris gave you, they're bait. If you open them, you'll walk right into their trap." Trump's grip tightened on the receiver. "Where are you?" "I don't know. They keep moving me." "But Claire, she's not safe. They know she has Harris's badge." Trump looked across the room. Claire was watching him, eyes wide, tears trembling at the edge. "Rivers, listen, hold on, I'll—" The line went dead. An agent checked the trace. "Sir, the call came from inside the helicopter." Outside, the rotors suddenly sped up, lifting the masked men away, carrying the stolen case with them. The house was quiet again except for the faint hum of the generator. Claire sat on the couch, staring at the badge in her hands. He kept this with him every day, even when things got bad. Trump sat beside her. "Harris was a good man. He didn't die for nothing." Her eyes filled with tears. "Before he disappeared, he left me a voicemail. I never listened to it. I couldn't." She handed him her phone. The screen showed one unheard message dated 3 nights ago. Trump pressed play. Harris's voice came through, strained but steady. "Claire, if you get this, tell President Trump I was proud to serve him. And tell him the truth isn't in the files. It's in the one thing no one thinks to protect. My badge. Don't let them take it." Claire's hands trembled. "His badge? But it's just a piece of metal." Trump's eyes narrowed. "Not if it's holding something." He took the badge, feeling along its edges, then heard a faint click. The backplate slid open, revealing a tiny microchip. Claire gasped. "Is that?" Trump looked at her. "This might be the real truth." Trump handed the microchip to his lead agent. "Secure system. No external connection." The chip slid into a protected reader. The screen blinked. Then a list of names filled the display. Politicians, agents, judges, all linked by coded transactions and secret meetings. Claire's eyes widened. These are the people the director controls. Trump scrolled further and froze. The last file was a video. Harris, in a dimly lit room, speaking urgently. "They think the files will bury you, Mr. President, but the real evidence this chip buries them. They've framed men before, silenced women, destroyed families, and now they're coming for you because you wouldn't play their game." His voice cracked for the first time. "If I don't make it protect Claire, she's all I have left." Claire's tears spilled over. He knew he wasn't coming back. Trump's jaw tightened. "Then we make his sacrifice count." Suddenly, the screen flashed red. Remote access detected. Someone was trying to erase the chip. The lead agent's fingers flew over the keyboard. "Sir, they're hitting us with a purge signal, 2 minutes before total wipe." Trump leaned over. "Copy everything to an isolated drive, now." Claire gripped the badge. "Dan said the truth would hurt. Maybe it's safer if it's gone." Trump shook his head. "Truth is only dangerous to the guilty." The timer on the screen ticked down. 1:42, 1:41. Gunfire erupted outside. A shout from the driveway. "Multiple hostiles." Trump stood. "Keep copying. I'll buy us time." He stepped toward the door, but Claire grabbed his arm. "Don't go out there. They want you dead." Trump looked her in the eyes. "If I don't stand now, Harris died for nothing." The front window shattered, glass spraying into the room. A masked intruder landed inside, weapon raised. Trump moved faster than anyone expected, slamming the man into the wall. The timer kept ticking. 0:28, 0:27. The lead agent shouted, "Drive's full! We've got the files!" Trump threw the intruder to the ground as agents restrained him. "Shut it all down before they track it." The system went dark just as the purge signal hit. Claire clutched the drive. This is what my brother died for." Trump nodded. "And now it's our job to finish what he started." Outside, sirens wailed, not from attackers but from approaching law enforcement. The lead agent checked a monitor. "Sir, it's the FBI, and the director is with them." Claire's face drained of color. "If he sees this drive," Trump cut her off. "He won't. We move now." The front gate crashed open. Black SUVs rolled in. The director stepped out, his smile cold and deliberate. He called out, voice echoing through the rain, "Mr. Trump, we need to have a talk." Trump glanced at Claire, then at the drive in her shaking hands. One wrong move, and everything Harris risked would vanish forever. The rain poured harder as the director walked toward the front steps flanked by armed agents. Trump stood tall in the doorway, Claire just behind him, clutching the drive tight. "Hand it over," the director said, his voice calm but edged with threat. "It's classified material. You're interfering with a federal investigation." Trump's gaze didn't waver. "No, this is the truth you've been hiding, and the world will see it." The director's smile thinned. "Careful, Mr. President. People who cross me disappear." Claire stepped forward, her voice breaking but strong. "Like my brother?" For the first time, the director's eyes flickered. "Your brother made choices." Trump's voice hardened. "He chose honor, something you wouldn't understand." Behind the director, more SUVs rolled in. But these weren't his men, local police, tipped off by one of Trump's own agents. The standoff broke as the police stepped forward, guns raised. Not at Trump, but at the director. An officer shouted, "Director, You're under arrest for obstruction of justice, conspiracy, and tampering with federal evidence. Gasps rippled through the FBI agents. Some lowered their weapons. Others froze, uncertain. The director's calm cracked. You think this ends with me? You have no idea how deep this goes. Trump stepped closer. Then we'll find out. One name at a time. Claire's tears mixed with the rain as she whispered, Dan, we did it. The director was led away in cuffs, still shouting threats. Trump turned to the officer in charge. Get this drive somewhere safe, somewhere no one in Washington can touch it. The officer nodded, taking it carefully. Claire held Harris's badge in her palm. I want to keep this. It's all I have left. Trump placed his hand over hers. It's more than a badge now. It's proof of courage. The police cars rolled out, taking the director into the night. The house was quiet again, the chaos gone. Trump and Claire sat in the study, the rain still tapping against the windows. You could have walked away, she said softly. Why didn't you? Trump looked at her. Because Harris believed in me when it cost him everything, and because the truth matters more than fear. She smiled faintly through tears. He'd be proud. Trump reached into his pocket and placed a folded note on the table. I found this in the case before it was taken. Claire opened it, in Harris's handwriting. If you're reading this, I'm gone. But I know you'll finish the fight. Protect Claire. Protect the country. Her shoulders shook as she cried, hard, raw, and unguarded. Trump sat beside her in silence, a steady presence in the storm. Outside, the first light of dawn broke through the clouds. Harris was gone, but his truth lived on. And now, the fight to protect it was only beginning. If this story gripped you, if it made you feel something, don't just scroll away. Like this video so others can see it, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. The truth deserves to be heard, and together we can make sure it is.